Everywhere we look, we see advertisements telling us to buy more, own more, and want more. But do we really need all of it? On the other hand, a quiet voice whispers, less is more. Today, we will explore two powerful lifestyles: minimalism and consumerism. Which one gives us real happiness? Which one is better for our planet? Stay with me because the answer might change the way you see your life forever. What is consumerism? Consumerism is the idea that happiness comes from buying and owning more things. It is a lifestyle built around shopping, owning luxury items, and always wanting the latest version of everything. In modern society, consumerism has become normal. From smartphones to clothes, from cars to home appliances, many people believe the money they own, the more successful they are. But consumerism is like a never ending race. There is always something new to buy. People feel excited at first, but soon the excitement fades and they want the next thing. It creates a cycle of desire, spending, and sometimes debt. So, what is minimalism? Minimalism is the opposite of consumerism. It is about living with less but living with purpose. A minimalist does not focus on owning many things. Instead, they choose to keep only what is truly useful or meaningful. The goal of minimalism is not to suffer without things, but to find freedom, peace, and happiness in simplicity. Minimalism does not mean living in an empty house with no furniture. It means living with the intention. Every item you own has a purpose and nothing is extra. It is about quality, not quantity. Consumerism and the individual. For the individual, consumerism can bring temporary happiness. Buying something new feels good. It gives a rush of excitement, but this happiness is short lived. Soon people get bored of the item and want something else. Consumerism also creates stress. People feel pressure to keep up with trends, to own what their friends own, or to buy things to look successful. This can cause anxiety, low self esteem, and even debt. Many people work long hours just to afford things they do not truly need. Minimalism and the individual. Minimalism gives the opposite effect. Instead of focusing on things, minimalists focus on experiences, relationships, and personal growth. They spend less time worrying about money and more time living. When you practice minimalism, you feel lighter. You do not have to clean, store, or manage so many items. Your mind becomes calmer because your environment is less cluttered. You also save money because you only buy what you really need. That money can be used for travel, hobbies, or investments. Consumerism and society. Consumerism drives us the global economy. When people buy more, companies produce more. This creates jobs, increases profits, and makes economies grow. In many countries, consumer spending is the main driver of progress. But this comes at a cost. Consumerism creates inequality. Some people can afford luxury items while others struggle to buy basic needs. It also creates social pressure. People judge each other based on brands, clothes, and cars. Minimalism and society. Minimalism spreads a different message in society. Instead of showing off wealth, minimalism teaches contentment. When more people adopt minimalism, competition based on material wealth decreases. Society becomes less about who owns more and more about who lives better. Minimalism can also reduce financial stress in society. If people are not trapped in debt cycles, they feel happier and more secure. This creates healthier communities. Consumerism and the planet. This is where the real image of consumerism shows. To make more products, industries use more resources like water, trees, metals, and fossil fuels. Factories create pollution, packaging creates plastic waste. Fast fashion is one example. Clothes are made cheaply, worn only a few times, and then thrown away. This leads to landfills full of waste and polluted rivers from textile dyes. Consumerism increases carbon emissions, which worsen climate change. The planet cannot handle the endless demand for new products. Minimalism and the planet. Minimalism is a gift to the planet. When people buy less, industries produce less. This means less waste, less pollution, and less resource use. Minimalists often recycle, reuse, and choose eco-friendly products. Minimalism also encourages people to walk more, use public transport, and buy durable products instead of cheap ones. All of these choices reduce the human footprint on Earth. Mental health effects. Consumerism often leads to stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. People compare themselves to others, feel jealous, and never feel enough. It creates a rat race where everyone runs but no one feels fulfilled. Minimalism, on the other hand, improves mental health by letting go of extra possessions. People also let go of stress. They focus on gratitude, mindfulness, and inner peace. Studies show that living with less can reduce anxiety and improve overall well-being. So, which is better? Now comes the main question: which is better, minimalism or consumerism? For short-term excitement, consumerism might look attractive. It fuels economies, creates jobs, and gives people quickly joy. But in the long term, consumerism harms both people and the planet. Minimalism might not grow economies as fast, but it creates happier people, stronger societies, and a healthier planet. It teaches us to value what truly matters: love, peace, health, and purpose. So, minimalism is not just better for life, it is also necessary for the survival of our planet. So friends, the choice is in your hands. We can continue running in the endless race of consumerism, or we can step back and embrace the freedom of minimalism. Remember, happiness does not come from how much we own, it comes from how much we value what we already have. For our lives, for our societies, and for our planet, minimalism shows us a brighter path. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thoughtful discussions. Let's make life simpler, happier, and better for ourselves and for the earth.